Thank the gentleman for yielding. Madam Speaker, the EPA is on a mission to destroy American industry. Their damaging plan to regulate the so-called carbon emissions will cost every household in America at least $1,600 per year. These unnecessary regulations will strangle the economy by driving up the cost of energy. Gasoline is $4 a gallon, will soon be $5 a gallon. And it'll put more Americans out of work, especially in the energy industry. Congress must take immediate action to stop the EPA and its out-of-control concepts from ruining American industry. Earlier this year, I introduced similar legislation to what we are considering today. I introduced it during the first CR. It passed this House with a bipartisan support, and what it would do is similar to what this legislation is going to do. That would be to prevent the EPA's attempt to regulate so-called greenhouse gases. I support this rule and the underlying legislation. Madam Speaker, in my opinion, when regulators, especially those at the EPA, go to work every day, they go down the street here to one of these marble palaces, they get in a big room with a big oak table, they drink their lattes, and they sit around and say, who can we regulate today? Because that's what regulators do. Regulators regulate. And they figure out new ways to regulate the entire United States, all on the so-called premise of protecting us from ourselves. In my opinion, it has nothing really to do about protection, but it has to do about power. The EPA has a power agenda, and they have a political agenda, and they are trying to claim it is an agenda to protect all of us from ourselves. The EPA's regulation of greenhouse gases, in my opinion, lacks proven scientific basis, and the EPA is out of control. And at this time, I'd like unanimous consent to introduce a letter or an article from the Wall Street Journal dated January 4th that's entitled, "The EPA is at War with Texas."
Without objection.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Perfect example of how the EPA is not only at war with Texas, but at war with the American energy system. You know, the EPA overregulates, and it's driving businesses, energy businesses, out of this country. It's hammering the American energy industry, and I doubt whether or not it is doing so with scientific basis. The United States is in an energy crisis. It's a national security issue. And what is the administration's energy plan? Well, let's not drill here. Let's not drill there. We can't drill in Anwar. We can't drill in any new lands in the United States. We're certainly not going to promote permitting in the Gulf of Mexico at a rapid pace so that we can say at the administration is to send money down to Brazil and let the Brazilians drill off of their coast so we can buy their crude oil. Now, that doesn't make any sense to me. It's time for us to drill in the United States safely. It's time for America to take care of America, and that's just the way it is.